Samir lived in a small village, nestled amidst lush green hills. The village was old, with houses made of mud and straw. The villagers were kind and simple. They mostly farmed the land and raised cattle. Life in the village was peaceful. But, a sense of mystery hung in the air. There were whispers of a cursed cave, hidden deep within the forest. One sunny afternoon, Samir was playing by the village well. He saw a group of villagers huddled together, their faces grim. Their voices were low, but Samir could hear snippets of their conversation. They were talking about the cave. Some spoke of strange lights and eerie sounds. Samir's heart pounded in his chest. He was scared, but his curiosity was piqued. He decided to ask his grandfather, the oldest man in the village. His grandfather was a wise man who knew many stories of the past. Samir ran to his grandfather's hut, his mind racing with questions. "Grandpa," Samir began, his voice barely a whisper, "I heard the villagers talking about a cursed cave. Is it true? Does it really exist?" His grandfather looked at him with a knowing smile. He put down his basket and patted Samir's head gently. "Ah, so you want to know about the cave, do you?" he said, his voice a rumble of age. He then went on to narrate the legend of the cave. It was said to be the lair of a powerful sorcerer who had hidden his treasure there centuries ago. The sorcerer had cast a curse on the cave, protecting his riches from greedy hands. Samir listened, his eyes wide with awe and a tinge of fear. The thought of the cave, shrouded in mystery and legend, excited him. He knew he had to see it for himself. He had to explore its depths and uncover its secrets. Samir knew what he had to do. He was ready for an adventure. The next morning, Samir woke up before the sun. He packed some rotis and fruits in his bag. He knew his parents wouldn't approve of his adventure. They wouldn't understand his thirst for the unknown. So he decided to leave quietly without telling anyone. He crept out of the house and into the early morning mist. The village was still asleep, unaware of the young adventurer in their midst. He took a deep breath and set off towards the forest. The forest was dense and dark, even in the daylight. The trees towered over him, their branches intertwining to block out the sun. Samir ventured deeper into the woods, guided by the whispers of the wind and the rustling of leaves. He remembered his grandfather's words. "The cave will reveal itself to you when you are ready." He held on to those words, using them as his compass in the heart of the forest. He walked for what felt like hours, the forest growing denser with every step. Just when Samir was about to give up, he stumbled upon a clearing, and there, hidden behind a curtain of vines, was the mouth of a cave. The cave was dark and menacing, its entrance shrouded in shadow. A chill ran down Samir's spine as he neared the entrance. As he pushed aside the vines, something caught his eye. It was a piece of parchment, old and brittle, lying hidden amongst the rocks. He picked it up and dusted it off. It was a map of the cave. The map was faded with age, but he could make out the markings. It showed a winding path leading to the heart of the cave, marked with strange symbols and writings. His heart pounded with excitement. This was it, the entrance to the cave he had heard so much about. He took a deep breath and stepped inside. The map clutched tightly in his hand. The air inside was damp and cold, sending shivers down his spine. He moved cautiously, using the map to navigate the labyrinthine passages. The deeper Samir went, the more oppressive the atmosphere became. The air grew heavy, making it hard to breathe. The silence was broken only by the sound of dripping water, each drop echoing through the caverns like a drumbeat. He felt a presence, unseen but felt, following his every move. He pressed on, his heart pounding in his chest. He had come too far to turn back now. He had to see what lay at the end of this mysterious path. He rounded a bend and stopped. In front of him was a massive stone door, intricately carved with ancient symbols. It was the same door marked on the map. At the base of the door, half hidden in the dust, lay a rusty key. The key was old and tarnished, but it looked like it would fit the lock on the door. He picked it up, the metal cold against his palm. As his fingers brushed against the key, he felt a jolt surge through his body, and the symbols on the door began to glow. With a deep breath and a surge of adrenaline, Samir turned the key. The stone door groaned as it slowly swung open, revealing a tunnel bathed in an ethereal light. The source of the light was a sight that took Samir's breath away. The tunnel was filled with hundreds, maybe thousands of glowing crystals. They shimmered and pulsed with an otherworldly light, casting dancing shadows on the tunnel walls. The crystals were of different shapes and sizes, some as small as his fist, others as tall as him. They emitted a soft, humming sound that seemed to reverberate within him. He cautiously stepped into the tunnel, mesmerized by the spectacle before him. The air was surprisingly warm and had a sweet, floral fragrance. As he walked further into the tunnel, he realized the crystals were not just glowing, they were pulsating, as if breathing. He felt a strange energy emanating from them, a sense of peace and tranquility he had never experienced before. He reached out and touched one of the crystals. It was warm to the touch and vibrated gently under his hand. The crystal tunnel led to a vast chamber, its ceiling disappearing into the darkness above. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, and on it rested a chest. It was a magnificent chest, made of gold and studded with precious stones that glittered under the soft light emanating from the crystals. This was it, the sorcerer's treasure. Samir's heart pounded in his chest as he approached the pedestal. He had never seen anything so beautiful, so full of promise. He reached out and slowly lifted the lid of the chest. It was filled with gold coins, sparkling jewels, and ancient artifacts, treasures beyond his wildest dreams. He gasped in awe. He had found it, the legendary treasure of the cursed cave. But as he reached out to touch the treasure, the cave began to tremble. The crystals that lined the tunnel flickered and dimmed, their light fading rapidly. The ground shook beneath his feet, and the treasure chest began to glow with an intense light. The treasure had vanished. The chest was empty, the gold, the jewels, all gone as if they had never been. Samir stood there, stunned and confused. He couldn't understand what had just happened. Where had the treasure gone? Had it all been an illusion? He looked around, his heart heavy with disappointment. The cave seemed different now, smaller, less magical. He felt a warmth in his hand and looked down. There, lying in his palm, was a single glowing crystal. It pulsed with a soft light, mirroring the light of the vanished crystals. He stared at it, mesmerized by its beauty. As he looked at the crystal, he realized something. The treasure, the gold, the jewels, they were never important. What was important was the adventure, the thrill of the unknown, the courage he had shown. He had faced his fears and explored the depths of the cursed cave. Samir clutched the crystal tightly in his hand and made his way out of the cave. He left the same way he came, following the path illuminated by the faint glow of his crystal. The journey back seemed shorter, easier. He no longer felt the oppressive atmosphere he had felt before. The forest welcomed him with open arms, the sunlight streaming through the leaves, casting dancing shadows on the forest floor. He emerged from the forest, blinking in the bright sunlight, his heart filled with a sense of accomplishment. He had faced his fears and emerged victorious, not with material wealth, but with something far more valuable. He had discovered the true treasure, the treasure that could never be lost or stolen, the treasure of experience, of courage, and of self-discovery. He returned to the village, the glowing crystal a warm reminder of his adventure. He walked through the familiar streets, a newfound confidence in his stride. He went straight to his grandfather's hut, eager to share his tale. His grandfather listened patiently as Samir recounted his adventure, his eyes twinkling with amusement. He described the eerie silence of the cave, the magical tunnel of glowing crystals, and the treasure that vanished into thin air. He showed his grandfather the glowing crystal, the only proof of his adventure. His grandfather held the crystal in his hand, examining it closely. "You see, my boy," he said, his voice filled with pride, "you have found something far more valuable than any treasure." News of Samir's adventure spread through the village like wildfire. The villagers gathered around him, eager to hear his story. He became the village hero, the boy who dared to enter the cursed cave and returned unharmed. He told his story countless times, each time reliving the thrill of his adventure, but he knew the real adventure was not over, it had just begun. He had tasted the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of discovery. He knew that life was full of adventures, waiting to be had, mysteries waiting to be unraveled. He learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The mysterious cave had given him a gift far more valuable than any treasure, the gift of adventure, the gift of self-discovery.